Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading, and sorry for the rocking camera. As we start this reading, I was over exuberant in pressing the record button. It is a Sunday. It's traditionally a day of rest, and I had a couple of readings planned today, but because it's a day of rest, I don't really have the energy to do them. I'm going to do an energy reading on Meghan Markle and the coronation. I did say I would check in every now and then and just see how the energy is. We've got a few stories that are circling. The first is a Twitter account that sometimes breaks stories, sometimes completely off the mark, sometimes not so off the mark. Twitter account says that Meghan and Harry will have a special event and treatment at the coronation. Bookworm 2 has said on her channel, her YouTube channel, that she has heard that the Parkles are known to be attending. They have accepted the invitation. The story hasn't been released to the wider public because of security concerns, of course, very conveniently for Harry and Meghan, but they will be there. They will be at the coronation itself. Then they will be driven back to Buckingham Palace, and they and their children will be on the balcony, regardless of the fact that 97% of people who have done a survey don't want them there. And so that's what she's saying. The Daily Mail has a headline: Meghan and Harry want to be part of the special family moment on the balcony. So there's a lot of pushing about attending, about balcony appearance, about special events, about children, turning it into a family event rather than a state occasion. I have the Radiant Tarot on the tarot table today. It's my royal ceremony kind of tarot deck. And I'm going to just check in. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm going to check in from Meghan's point of view, and we're going to see what's going on. Is she? We're going to have lots of are they or aren't they. I think she's the important one to look at right now. Harry's got his own problems, having to bow to Camilla and William and Catherine, and apparently, according to Bookworm, in her most recent video on her channel, she says this might be the sticking point for them, for the Sussexes, that even though they want to go and they need to go, and of course Netflix wants them to go, she didn't say that, but we hear endlessly that Netflix needs them there for footage. The problem might be that they would have to bow not only to Charles and Camilla, bow and curtsy, but also to William and Catherine, and also to all the foreign royals who are going to be in attendance. Prince Albert, the Japanese emperor, and all of them, the Spanish king, and their spouses, the Dutch one who was very careful not to let Harry stay with him, Willem, as we say in South Africa. So lots to mull over, lots of pondering probably going on in Montecito right now, and I think we've got our cards out. I'm just going to do a Celtic cross. I'm just going to look at it and see. We've got a bit of sun on the table. It's hopefully not too bright. Ooh, I cut it very extremely today. I do tend to do that, so don't be alarmed. Just the way it rolls here. But Celtic cross, we're just going to look and see, just a regular Celtic cross, and see what is going on from Meghan's point of view. And let's remind you, as I lay the cards out, it's all just tarot, it's for fun, it's opinion, it's speculation, it's archetypal to energy, because we're reading on an archetypal family, the royal family. And disclaimer in the box below, please read it. Please form your own opinions about all the stories that I read on here on this channel. So there we go. We have these very pretty cards out on the tarot table. And wow, we've got death has come up in the as the underlying energy, but death in reverse. You can hear the old fella having a chat outside, telling the world his, well, not his woes, he's just talking. He's had his walk, he's had his dinner. He does get quite chatty in the late afternoon for some reason. Death is our underlying energy. Of course, that is King Charles, the Scorpio king. And it's in reverse. So first energy for our underlying energy is possibly some rather negative intentions towards the king. And towards the coronation. I have to say that's the energy that's coming to me. But then it's a card of resisting change when it's in reverse, of not able to accept a situation, not able to let something go that you need to let go of, not able to move on, being stuck. And everybody looks like they're stuck in this situation right now. She should really, and this is my opinion, she should really let go of her association with the royal family. It's been incredibly toxic. It hasn't done her any favors, and it hasn't done them any favors. If she's feeling so negative and so hostile towards the royal family, why is she going to put on her tiara? Although apparently no tiara. Why is she going to put on her tiara and go to the coronation and just make trouble? Why does she need to do that? I've done readings on things like that quite recently in the Royals playlist about attitude to the royal family from Harry and Meghan. But that's a very negative energy as our underlying energy. Being stuck in a situation that you should let go of and refusing to grow, refusing to let it go, refusing to transform, because death is ultimately about transformation. As this card quite graphically shows, from the skulls comes death, becomes a new flower. But our flower isn't turning into a new flower, seemingly according to our underlying energy. Let's have a look, and we are just reading on energy. Let's have a look at the situation she is in right now. Situation is Four of Wands. That is celebration. That is the royal family. That's the firm, the foundation. That is happy occasions. So we're talking about that. We're talking about a celebration. We're talking about a celebration in the royal family, wanting to be part of it. She does want to be part of it. She might also be feeling quite triumphant right now. She might be feeling like she's got something to crow about. And if she has achieved her aim, if she has got what she wants out of this situation, if King Charles has acquiesced and said, all right, you can bring Archie and Lilibet, they can be on the balcony, they can now wave at the crowds. I'd like to see how that goes. So personally, I don't mind if they're there, because I think it will be quite interesting to see the dynamic between all of them. That's just me. I try to, well, I'm not completely impartial, obviously, but I try not to get too upset about these things. If I am too upset and angry and whatever, I can't read these cards. So that's where I'm coming from. I try to stay a little bit a temperance card. That's how I try to be. Doesn't always work. What is her problem? We get very clearly wants to be there. What is the obstruction? What is the problem? The Queen of Wands. She wants to be center of attention. Not okay for her to be stuck behind a candle or behind a pillar or in the cheap seats at the back somewhere. She wants that special event. She wants that notice. She wants it to be all about her. The Queen of Wands is all about the drama, all about the attention, all about the look at me energy. Can be very healthy. It can be very creative, can be very exciting. But there it is. That's her. She is the Queen of Wands. She is the fire sign woman. Interesting that there in this card is a lion actually lying at her feet. She wants to dominate the royal family. She really does. And this is why we have this card out here. She wants to undermine the Scorpio King. She wants to undermine the British royal family. This is my opinion as an energy reader. And just reading archetypal energy. And these are what this is what the cards are telling me. So that is the problem for her. That it might not be a satisfying experience for her ego. Attending in a sort of minor and insignificant role, being driven back and not going in a golden carriage processing back to Buckingham Palace just might not work for her. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes, and this would be about negotiations for special event. We heard that they were trying to host the concert. Wowee. If we get that, I did a reading on that and it looked like they might be there. So are we going to get some kind of, is there that kind of negotiation going on? There's decisions that haven't been reached yet. Tricky decisions people are thinking about. We're reading from her point of view. So she has got a decision to make about something that is ego related, that she's not comfortable with making that decision yet. very interesting. But it's something that she's got to mull over. She's got to consider. She's got to map out and see the consequences of if she does something or if she does something. She's got to do a bit of a war game kind of a thing here, and plot it out and see which works best for her. So she does seem to have a lot of power in this situation at this point, something that doesn't please me necessarily, and I'm sure isn't going to please many of you watching this either. But decision time, difficult decision where she doesn't feel she has enough information. She's not confident about which path she should go down. What is her goal right now? What does she want out of this situation? And that's interesting, because that is the card of burdens, the 10 of Wands. It's her focus. What is she focused on? That could mean, quite literally, that she wants to make it, put maximum burden on the royal family. Make it as difficult as possible for them. And I'm inclined to read that card like that. Just straight off, because of this underlying energy. Underlying energy sits under all the cards, informs all of the cards in a tarot spread. So that death card in reverse informs that 10 of Wands for me as a reader, and in my opinion means that she wants to cause maximum damage, make it as difficult as possible for everyone, that they're all going to feel burdened, they're all going to feel weighed down by this. Are they, or aren't they going? Are they going to be sitting here next to somebody who doesn't want to sit next to them? Are they going to force the issue and make everyone make nice and pretend to talk to them and smile? Are those the kinds of negotiations that are going on? Be nice to us, don't ice us out of conversations, don't turn your backs on us. All that kind of nonsense we're hearing about, I'm sure, is there. From her own point of view, it's possible that also she is aware that this is going to be very difficult for her. It might be lonely. It might be a 10 of Wands situation. It's a very lonely card normally in tarot. Got someone shuffling along under a heavy burden all by themselves with no one helping. And she might feel a bit of dread about this, that this might be an incredibly difficult event for her to get through. Because she is going to feel isolated, she is going to feel alone, she is going to feel quite insignificant, because even though she wants to be the most important person, as I say, there are going to be actual kings and queens there apart from the ones that are being crowned on the day. There are going to be very, very important people there who rank way above Harry and way above Meghan. So it might be difficult for her and for her ego, again, in my opinion, speculating, to handle the energy of the day. Might just be tricky for her. How have things been going up until now from Meghan's point of view? Been very silent. King of Pentacles. Well, that is Harry. Harry has been out and about, and she has been very silent. As I said, as I picked that card up, Harry has been the one out and about. Harry has been the one who's been earning the money, the big payday. He's been the one giving the interviews and showing up all over the place, whether he's wanted or not. As we've seen very recently on Car SOS. I was going to read about things like that today, but we'll save it for another day. But it's been all about him. And she needs it to be all about her. As we have seen, there they are, literally the Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Harry has been strutting his stuff, and she wants her turn in the limelight very clearly. So what are we going to hear next? Are we going to hear she's coming, she's not coming? What is going to happen? And we've got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And that might be a no. It might be a no. It might be it's not worth the bother. That kind of energy, and I'm getting all that bowing and scraping that's got to go on. That it might be humiliating for them. The Six of Pentacles is the card of charity, of giving and taking, receiving. I was going to say equanimity. It's not about equanimity, it's about reciprocity. That's the word. Sharing. And maybe that they aren't given enough. Even though we're hearing that they're getting the balcony and the kids, and a special event could even be the concert, something that they've been given something, like some sort of carrot, something being dangled, something luring them in. And I personally can understand it from the royal family's point of view. I know everyone is outraged about these kinds of concessions, but it makes the royal family look bigger, in my opinion, rather than petty and point scoring and mean-spirited. But it looks like she might demand too much. She might push her luck with that Six of Pentacles. She might want more than they are prepared to give, and that could derail the whole thing from her point of view. That's the energy that's coming to me from that. She might want too much, or there might be too big of an ask of her in terms of, you will have to bow to Camilla, you will have to bow to or curtsy to Catherine, you will have to do all of those things. This is the protocol. This is how it's going to roll. If you're in, you have to do these things. If you don't want to do them, stay at home. Somebody is talking like that, and speculating. It's all speculation. We're just looking at energy, and this is swirling round and round and round. It's one of the reasons why I'm quite tired at the moment. Trying to dial into energy at the moment is exhausting, and I think a lot of things are up for debate at the moment, and a lot of decisions, not just in the royal family, but in my social circle, in my family, in my world, in my own personal life. There are decisions, and I'm sure many of you are facing quite big decisions too. As big planets change signs, Saturn, Pluto, we're into new energy, and new asks are being made of us, new decisions having to be made. So that's my own little tangent that I went on. But back to the reading. Let's have a look at her attitude to this whole thing. What does she really feel about it? How does she feel about it? Really? Ace of Wands in reverse. This is a big no from her point of view. Upright, it's a new opportunity. It's exciting. It's a fresh start. It's something that is she can lead. It's something that will set a new path for her. She can be victorious. She can shine at, but it's in reverse. She doesn't feel. First of all, she begrudges it. She begrudges this new opportunity for the royals, this fresh start for King Charles, and I would imagine also for the Prince of Wales, Prince and Princess of Wales, and Camilla. She begrudges it. It's not about her. Same energy as this Queen of Wands crossing as the obstacle, the blocking card. It's not about her. It's not something she feels positive towards at all. A lot of begrudgement coming off that card energy-wise for me. What pressure is she under? So she's not looking forward to it. She doesn't think this is a great idea at all. What pressure is she under? It did have to show up, really, didn't it? The devil has showed up. What pressure is she under? I have to just say, we've got two Capricorns that she does not like. We've got Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh now, who's gone way up in the rankings, and I don't know whether she would have to curtsy to her. The horror if she has to do that. We saw those awkward car rides when we were watching that very sad day, the funeral, way back in September. Can't believe it was so long ago. When Sophie iced her, apparently volunteered for the job, no one else wanted it, volunteered for the job of driving with Meghan and just ignored her. Grey rocking at its finest. Well done, Sophie. And the other one, of course, even worse, the Princess of Wales, Catherine. She would have to curtsy to Catherine. That's the pressure she's under. Does not want those Capricorns upstaging her. Doesn't want the Scorpio upstaging her either. It's all about being upstaged. Let's just make that very clear. That's the energy that's coming through. That's the word I'm looking for. She does not want to be upstaged by all these people that she hates. And I don't have to say allegedly. It's pretty damn clear that she hates them all. But the Capricorns, she's frightened of the Capricorns. And so all of you Capricorns out there, well done. I myself have a Capricorn moon, so I'm going to share in the joy of this moment, the brief joy, because inevitably when you have an up with the Parkles, there's a down that follows. So enjoy it while you can. We got the devil here. Pressure that she's under is that our devil, of course, is being toxic and abusive and angry and lying and addicted and all of those things. Not accusing Meghan of being any of those things, not in this reading. I think this is pure and simple Capricorn, and I like to see sitting next to the Scorpio card, and I do like me my Capricorns, and so that is a happy moment for me. Let's move on. Let's move on. The dog having a good old shout to her hopes and fears for this event. But the sun on the tarot table again. Her hopes and fears. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Well, you could literally say she's worried that Harry might fall off his horse, land on his head. He's not going to be on a horse. But it's our Knight of Pentacles in reverse. She's afraid that he's just going to look like a big idiot. Somehow, her Knight of Pentacles. He's going to be reduced in status. He is at the moment, or has been up until very recently, strutting his stuff as the King of Pentacles. He's got a bit of egg on his face right now, with things going badly wrong, banning laughing gas in the UK. What else? There was another little insult. Oh, the thing that's going to be projected onto St. Paul's, the blood. As a protest about him and the Taliban. So he's got his own little cross to bear, the visa woes and all of that. But he had his moment of glory there as King of Pentacles. He might be reduced in this ceremony to Knight of Pentacles. So he's gone down 2 notches and in reverse. So at some level he's being blocked, he's being obstructed. This is what she fears, she's worried about. It's not literally what is going to happen, but this is what is bothering her. That it just might make him look insignificant. It might make him look pathetic. He might have to wear his lifts, and we might get cameras that focus on the fact that Harry is wearing Tom Cruise type heels to look taller than Prince William. He might be left out of things. He's certainly not going to be doing all the ceremonial stuff that Prince William is going to be doing. That bothers her. It bothers her because it's again, it's her ego that can't bear to be sidelined by all the ceremony that all these other people are going to be involved in, that they are not going to be involved in because they're just a minor, insignificant sort of country cousins who've come over for the day, and oh no, what are we going to do with them now? Oh, we'll stick them over there with so-and-so, he's deaf, he won't mind them being at that table. You know, you always get at events like weddings, you always get that table where you put all these sort of odd ones out that you don't know what to do with. It's that energy that I'm getting, that she's worried about, almost being sat at the children's table. So I'm going to start laughing. Outcome, current energy, current timeline. We've got a bit of a hiccup here with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Her point of view, isn't she? Ooh, we've got, and what was I talking about? The Temperance card. I was talking about it in this reading. I could sort of feel it. There it is, but the Temperance card in reverse. It's all trouble. It's the devil. When the Temperance card, which is the angel, is in reverse, it's the devil. It looks like she might succumb to the devil on her shoulder that's whispering to her, do something bad, do something toxic, do something naughty. But that isn't a harmonious card. That isn't healing rifts. That isn't mending broken relationships and being on your best behavior. That's being on your worst behavior. Interesting. I think we need to clarify it because it is our only reading of today. So let's just clarify this Temperance card in the reverse. What does it mean? If Universe would like to just clarify a little bit. It doesn't bode well for the royals or for her. It doesn't bode well for her reputation or her attendance at the event. If she does attend, it looks like she might stir up some trouble, some controversy. Let's see. Please explain the Temperance card in reverse. Is she going to go? Is she going to show up? We've got cards of inequality, imbalance, is that the word? These cards are very slippery because I don't use them very often. Let's see. Please clarify the Temperance card for me. That perhaps it won't. And just leave us with this dangling, with this cliffhanger. Oops. The whole deck is falling apart now. I think we're going to be left with a cliffhanger. I'm going to go through the cards one more time, and if we don't get an answer, we've got an answer. Bit of an ultimatum there to universe. We got the Four of Cups in reverse. Four of Cups upright is a rejection card. It's no. I don't like what I'm offered, and so I'm going to say no to it. It doesn't interest me. It's a bit of Ace of Wands. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't excite me. I'm not passionate about it. Bores me. I'm apathetic. I'll say no. But the card has come out in the reverse, and that is she might say no to it and then regret it. She might just turn it down. She might, the devil might get the worst of her there, and she might self-sabotage. And then regret it. Wish that she could have another bite at that apple that sometimes features in the Four of Cups. Little bit too late. So it looks like there might be some trouble there that she might regret. Either saying, no, I'm not going, and then, is there still a seat? Yeah, I really want to be there. Is there still a chance? I'll be good. I'll be nice, because a Four of Cups in reverse, it's not energy that I usually talk about on this channel, but it can mean I'll turn over a new leaf. We can have a fresh start. We can try again. So it could be that she behaves really badly and then regrets it, either at the event or don't want to go, to hell with all of you, you rotten royals. There is a bit of conflict going on Twitter at the moment. People making nasty jokes about dangling baby Archie over, he's not a baby, dangling Archie, little Archie, over the balcony, Michael Jackson style, and having to take down Twitter accounts, and Myra getting her knickers in a knot about all the threats against Meghan, people wanting to chuck her down wells or throw excrement at her as she walks down the road, Jeremy Clarkson, all of that, and how her security is at risk. It might be, it's not safe for me there because of you nasty Brits who want to chuck me down wells and do all these horrible things, but then afterwards, oh no, how I wish I was there, as she's watching the coronation on TV with her rosé. We'll have to see. Still open, very volatile energy, I have to say. But that's your reading. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.